Now it's got pretty freaking bad bullet velocity, but that is crazy. What are you looking at, dude? Where are you? All right, so hello gamers and welcome back to another video. We just got a bunch of weapon reworks in Phantom Forces, and many of them are very cool, but this update will still probably piss you off because they removed one of the most fun conversions in the game. Again, they are removing more conversions for the sake of realism. It wasn't even a good one. And yeah, we're gonna get into all of that in this video. Make sure you're subscribed and comment down below your thoughts on this. Yeah, just smash that like button. Let's go for 1,000 likes on this video. There's 4 weapon reworks coming to this game. They have complete stat changes and they're very interesting. And first off, we have the AK-12U, which is replacing the AKU-12. The cool thing about this is that it has that 1000 RPM hyperburst by default. And we'll talk about the 9mm conversion because they reworked some of the stuff there. But let's use this with the iron sight. So as you can see, it has very similar iron to the new version of the AK-12. It doesn't have like a front post, which is weird. It has a front post, but it doesn't have like the notch. But it does have very, very good recoil. And for some reason, there's like a tiny little magazine, as you can see, when you first start loading it, then it becomes a big mag somehow. I don't know. The main differences here is that this gun does have reduced damage from 35 to 34. However, as you can see, the gun is insanely accurate. All these AK reworks are making them insanely good for some reason. Even though this gun was already pretty good, now it's completely destroying most of the long-range weapons in the game. This gun has always had very similar stats to the M4A1, but now, as you can see, it is just insane. And it also has the hyperburst, which is even crazier, you know? Because this has a 3-hit kill, and then it has the hyperburst as well. I think I already have just like a compensator on this gun. You could even put a muzzle brake on. It probably would have a lot more horizontal recoil, but there's probably a lot of options with your attachments because the gun has so little recoil. So you can basically run like whatever you want. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, this is on the burst mode. With 9mm, now you have very bad muzzle velocity, only 1,300 with a long barrel, so not very good. But instead of 36, you do 34, but with a 1.5 times headshot multi, which basically means that you still have that ability to 2-shot to the head. And as you can see, this is locked on the burst, but it has insane bursting. As you can see, no recoil at all. This gun has like a 75 stud 3-hit kill range, 70 stud 2-hit kill headshot range, basically no recoil. Yes, it's a burst, but other than that, like, look at that, dude. Next up, though, we have the AK-9. Now, this is actually the AK-12C. As you can see, now you have the 9mm ammo by default. This has 980 bullet velocity, so absolutely horrific bullet velocity. But it can 3-shot kill to about 80 studs, which is ridiculous. It also does have a squad barrel, but the recoil is not going to be very good on that. And it has that ability to 4-hit kill to the body, all ranges. The issue is that, as you can see, it has quite high recoil, and the bullet drop is really bad. But as you can see, 26 damage over long ranges. Basically meaning you are a 3-hit kill with a 2-hit kill head to a 4-hit kill at range, which is really, really good. As I said, bad bullet velocity, but overall, I think this is going to be a great close range weapon. But one of the best parts about this gun is that it does 44 to the torso and 60 to the head, and it does 40 to the limbs. So you can actually one headshot, one body shot, with even a limb shot, which is crazy. You can hit him once in the foot and once in the head, and it will kill them in 2 bullets, which is really good. Overall, yeah, great gun. It just has a small magazine, but you can run 7.62. Now, this will reduce your damage by quite a bit. You only do 36 to 23, so you can 2-hit, but it has to be 2 headshots. However, you have reduced recoil, you have a 30-round mag, but you have slower reload time. Overall, I would not really recommend running this ammo type. I always preferred 9mm. Now, it's got pretty freaking bad bullet velocity, but that is crazy. What are you looking at, dude? Where are you? The burst. It actually has the burst now. Now you can with the default ammo, which is the 9mm conversion, if that makes sense. So as you can see, you have very, very high recoil, but some of the fastest time to kill in the game, beating basically every SMG out in the entire game for time to kill, except for like 2. And you got to keep in mind, this is not with 2 headshots. This is with 1 headshot, 1 body shot. As you can see, you can do that. Overall, one of the best weapons in the game for CQC. I couldn't even see that guy. I'm a big fan of this because also the burst, like just firing a burst, is very, very good, as you can see. But then you can also like hyperburst it too. So yeah, incredible gun. Probably my favorite gun of the update. Not the most consistent gun, but I think the stats are very, very fun. I like the high recoil, high fire rate, high damage, all that kind of stuff. Before we get to the gun that I'm going to really hate on, we have the RPK-12. As you can see, it also has all those new animations and stuff. And yeah, the recoil is gonna feel a little bit different. The damage is also very, very high. The muzzle velocity is very, very high. I don't think it used to have that much muzzle velocity, and definitely it didn't have 32 damage. Yeah, as you can see, the recoil feels different with the iron sights, but it is very accurate. especially on the burst. So I think we're gonna go back to seeing RPK-12 as the meta probably, because 1000 RPM, very, very minimal recoil, insane muzzle velocity. Overall, this is just going to be an amazing weapon for just spamming people down at all ranges if you're good at bursting it, as you can see. Next up, we have the 7.62 conversion. This has a burst now, which is insane. It does kill with 4 bullets all ranges, and as you can see, the recoil is not too bad. And even if you're running the burst, the recoil is not too bad. 3-hit kill very, very far. And it's pretty surprising that they're giving all these ammo types the burst, because bursting on this gun, like, look at that, dude. The recoil is so good, and you can actually burst it now, which is... Don't know why they keep doing this to all these weapons. Like I said, they all have no recoil. When they do the recoil for this, I swear they do not use attachments or something. They just forget that you can put attachments on the gun, because none of this makes any sense. I also heard that the guy who does the recoil, he does it in like a tiny window. Like, he doesn't have the game in full screen, so you can't really like see the recoil too well. I don't know, maybe they just are trolling and they want all the guns to be the best gun ever. But let's get on to the last weapon, okay? The gun that's gonna make people mad, which is the AK-12/76, which essentially means the DBV-12. If you remember that gun, the shotgun, I think overall it should be a pretty similar weapon. It has weird recoil. It didn't have a ton of recoil. It doesn't matter, it's a shotgun, but as you can see, just about as good as it was before. I don't think they really changed the spread too much on it. Should still be a good semi-auto shotgun, just a different name mostly, except we're gonna have to talk about the conversions on this gun, because that's where this gun gets very controversial, I would say. Also, I do not like this map. You just have to rush people's spawns like this, and then everybody's like head glitching you from up here. First up, we have the 30-06 conversion, which is pretty much the same as it was before. It has new recoil. Still is just as accurate. In fact, I think they increased the RPM from 180 to 200. That might technically give this gun some recoil now. Overall, if you want really, really high pen from your weapon, yeah, this still has 3 studs of pen. You can still 2-hit kill to the torso, all ranges. But then we have where this gets controversial, which is the 3-round burst 1000 RPM shotgun. They made it have 600 RPM and a 2-round burst. They completely removed the funny version of this gun. You guys remember the DBV-410 used to be a 3-round burst, 1000 RPM shotgun. They actually removed that from the game for not balancing, but realism, because the conversion wasn't good. They completely destroyed it. The new version has the 2-round burst. As you can see, it does 35 damage a pellet with 4 pellets per shot. So it does technically increase your damage overall, but you have that extra recoil on it, and the spread is really bad. Overall, it could be a decent, like, fun conversion, but it's probably not going to beat 1000 RPM. What they should have done instead was, you know, maybe added this as an alternate conversion, but then had the old DBV-410 as well. But guess what? They won't do that because it's not realistic for a 410 shotgun to shoot that quick. They removed the AK-12BR 1000 RPM burst, which was really, really fun, and they made the gun OP, but it doesn't matter because it's not very fun anymore. But yeah, 600 RPM, it's not the same. It's not the same. And yeah, overall, I do not think this is better than the base ammo, but neither was 410. 410 was horrible. They could have just buffed 410, but it's not realistic to have. I heard that this was coming, and I was like, maybe they won't do it, but then they did. Anyways, though, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to smash that like button. Let me know what you guys think about this conversion. Subscribe if you're new, but I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day.